Lessons year-round between our 7 CCT golf courses and 2 state-of-the-art indoor facilities. Choose the location convenient for you. We offer private lessons, group lessons, expert club fittings, and junior camps. Visit our website to learn more and get ready to take your game to the next level. Booking is easy. Go to countryclubtour.com/golf academy and schedule your lesson today.
Got a car you're ready to part with? Find out what it's worth, fast, easy, and totally free at Go Auto. We're talking top dollar trade-ins, whether it's a little worn or still rocking that new car smell. Just a few clicks, and boom, you've got your value. Text VALUE to 780-777-7777 to start. That's VALUE to 780 all sevens. Why guess what it's worth? Let Go Auto show you the money.
The longest-running basketball show in Canada airs every Saturday morning at 10 on Sports 1440. Hoop City with Paul Sir introduces a new generation of basketball talk, and it's right here on Edmonton's home for sports, Sports 1440.
At Metal Supermarkets, they're all about value added. In addition to a warehouse bursting with steel, aluminum, all the good stuff, and cut fast, they offer a ton of value-added services. Metal bending, drilling, punching, notching, welding, and back hair waxing. Oh, sorry, I meant plasma cutting. Anybody seen my glasses? Metal Supermarkets, the convenience stores for... And value-added options, too, even delivery. Southside, West End, metalsupermarkets.com.
Measles is very dangerous during pregnancy, increasing the risk of many severe health-related complications. If you're planning to become pregnant, make sure you have received 2 doses of the vaccine at least 1 month before conception. Don't get measles, get immunized. Visit alberta.ca/measles to find out if you're up to date and what to do if you're not. A message from the Government of Alberta.
Who should start? Who needs to hit the bench? Find out with Fantasy Frenzy with Halley and Douglas. This is Sports 1440.
Presented by Will Hawk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky.
Oh, 3. Good morning. Thank you for joining us here on Fantasy Frenzy. Connor Halley, Brandon Douglas, Josh Fenwick, Mackenzie McLennan. What's going on? How's everyone doing?
Quite the exasperated side to open a Friday show,
Yeah.
Connor. I get it. It's fed up. Connor, I know we got some other things to get to here before we fully dive in, but it is Fed Up Friday.
Yeah.
Are you fed up about something?
I didn't mean to be. It just kind of happened. I don't know. I heard a text and it didn't really fire me up, but just Kyle, you guys really enjoying this song, hey?
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Don't you? It's an absolute banger.
It's a hit. And I don't know. I don't even know what we were talking about before. Rumors, life.
Talking about how the Ducks are going to win the first round playoff series.
Ducks in 3, Duke says.
Everyone in the studio is in consensus on that. Sorry, that's off the record. On the record, these guys will all be some Oiler bootlickers and diehards. But me personally, I go with what my eyes tell me watching puck.
Well, now I found some old pictures of you when you were 16 with your Bieber hair and your Ducks t-shirt,
my Ducks hat,
which makes me think maybe, just maybe, there's a little bit of a bootlicker in your soul.
What? I'll believe that for a second.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun few days. Hey, this show is brought to you by Wilhauk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky. They might even serve to the Duke this week, even though we know they're staunch supporters of the Edmonton Oilers.
Trent was, I think, at the game last night.
I think he's at a lot of games. He's in the package you got for the playoffs. I saw on social media. Go check them out. Only available in the Duke. Support the Oilers and go get some Alberta beef jerky, not some California duck jerky. That's not even a thing.
No, why? Well, I bet it is a thing. I bet you could smoke duck and turn into jerky. Some people say duck meat's quite good.
Yeah, maybe.
Personally, I like to see them fly. Hashtag fly together.
Hashtag fly together.
Ducks fly together.
I got a DM from Lance last night. Basically saying, I'm coming after Duke at 11 tomorrow.
I think it was 11:01. This message officially came in here.
Listen here, Brandon. If that's even your real name, I don't know. I haven't seen a birth certificate. This isn't going to be a fun 4 games for you. The Ducks ain't. You never been. We coming for you. Friendship is off right now. MTR says, we going duck hunting. Bang, bang.
Hashtag bang, bang. Go Outlaws. Listen, I said this with Carius this morning. Some people texted in saying Connor and I should have some sort of side bet, as if Connor's a diehard Oilers fan and not a unbiased member of the media.
Yeah, there might be a little bias, but I just see greatness and I recognize it.
My whole take on this, I think this is going to be a great series regardless. I don't think it's going to be only 4 or 5 games. I don't. I think the Ducks are going to get at least a couple. My brain tells me the Oilers will win this series. Do I have a good brain? Not really. My heart tells me that I want to root for the Ducks. They're a team I root for growing up. So I'm looking forward to watching it. I think it's going to be entertaining. But at the same time, from a Ducks perspective, this is house money already this year. You made the playoffs. You took that next step in this process, right? The Oilers have everything to lose.
Oh, you're taking that approach.
100%. Why not us? That's what the Ducks are saying in their locker room right now. Why not us?
No pressure on us. We're a year ahead of schedule.
Well, no, I think they're on schedule.
Oh yeah, because you didn't finish. Well, you finished 3rd. I think that's ahead of schedule.
They made the playoffs.
Andrew Knoll covers the Ducks for the LA Daily News, and he said he thought maybe a little ahead of schedule. Wild card spot is kind of where they could have been.
But when you look at their point total, they should be a wild card team.
Well, and you can say that about every team in the Pacific.
Very true.
And that's kind of the thing. Like, hey, we've seen the Oilers have the pedigree. They've done it before. They were 1 point ahead of this team. The Ducks had more wins. Oilers had more regulation wins. There's no shootouts where the Ducks were perfect in the playoffs.
And the Oilers were imperfect.
Imperfect. They thought, what are we doing? What's the point of doing this? And now we wait and see. The big one is going to be Leon Draisaitl.
That's kind of the question mark. And I think I understand the conversation around, do the Oilers need Leon Draisaitl to beat the Anaheim Ducks in round 1? I honestly don't think they do. I think the Oilers top to bottom, the way they've been playing defense in recent weeks, and even beyond that, right? Like kind of since the trade deadline has been so substantially improved. Anaheim still doesn't have much of a clue in that facet of the game. But if you can add Leon Draisaitl, he is a certified Ducks killer. He puts up numbers against this team going all the way back to that 2017 playoff series where I think he had a hat trick in game 6, maybe even 4 goals. I'm trying to recall.
He was really good.
He was excellent. That was kind of Leon's coming out party, right? And I think that was just after he'd signed that extension. I'm trying to piece my ears together, but I digress back to, if I'm Edmonton, am I listening to the warrior Leon Draisaitl saying, I'm good enough to play, get me out there regardless? Or do you take a little bit more of a cautious approach, at least to start the series? I'd be leaning cautious, but at the same time, you want to put your best foot forward and not underestimate your opponent really at any phase, whether it's the first round or all the way to a Stanley Cup final.
Yeah, and I thought they might take that approach of, let's see how game 1 goes. You take the lead. Okay, let's see how game 2 goes. Say you're up 2-0. Do we have to force game 3? Maybe we'll look to game 4. On the flip side, you go down 0-1, 0-2. I think you have a pretty hard time telling Leon Draisaitl he's not going to play. So we'll have to see. I mean, only he and I guess maybe a couple of the trainers really know. Maybe the head coach knows. I don't know what the communication's like. But at the end of the day, he spoke to the media. He says he knows his body best. And when he's ready, he'll be good to go. Last night, Mount Savoy was ready to go.
Oh, was he ever?
You get a hat trick in 30 minutes or 20 minutes, sorry. He only played 16 minutes. A lot of that time on the power play as well. He was absolutely on fire. 6 shots, really good to see. Connor McDavid, 4 points. With that, the Art Ross is once again his for the 6th time in his career. I was looking at it. I tried to dive inside the numbers here, Duke. And in his career, obviously, we know the historic seasons that he's had. Nikita Kucherov was the closest player, 130, so 8 points up on him. Kucherov played less games. We'll note that. The last time Connor McDavid won the Art Ross was 2023. He scored 25 more points than the next closest player. Did you see my tweet?
It was a runaway.
It was against Leon Draisaitl.
Yeah.
Next closest. So then in 2022, he was 8 points up on the next closest. That was Johnny Gaudreau and Huberdeau. In 2021, just a 21-point differential ahead of Leon Draisaitl. In 2018, this one kind of surprised me. He was only 6 points up on Claude Giroux.
A little bit of a unique one.
People forget Claude Giroux, heck of a player. And then in 2017, probably not surprising, the first time he won the award, he beat Sidney Crosby by 11 points. So the biggest point differential was 2023, that massive year he had, 153 points. He was the next closest was Leon Draisaitl at 25, who we know the power play, they obviously dialed in, connected a lot there. But Connor McDavid for the 6th time doing his thing. It's going to be a real fun postseason, the way he is playing, and just with the jump in Savoy. I am curious how it changes in the playoffs, because Savoy obviously will be the first time for the NHL level, but for the Ducks, there's a lot of their really good players will be in that same situation. Outside of the captain, Radko Gudas, who do you think is one player Oilers fans are going to hate after this series? Because there's always a couple guys that just grind your gears. Like for the Kings, you go back long enough. Anderson with a play on Draisaitl, it was kind of dirty. I think Kempe ticked people off because he was good.
Right.
Who on the Ducks do you think is kind of that sleeper candidate?
If I'm being, I wouldn't be surprised if it's Beckett Seneca.
Yeah.
He's obviously 19, 20 years old. This is his first first season in the NHL. He had a tremendous rookie season. There's arguments to be made. He, contend for kind of like Anaheim's team MVP. The surprise, he was not expected to be on the club this year. Maybe a 9-game tryout back in October. So, but he's not a small kid. He does like to play a little bit edge. He enjoys
6'3", 200.
He like, if there's pucks around the crease, he's not backing away, even if the whistle goes. Do a little pitchforking. And this is just a little bit of a side. He has been fined this season for embellishment. Not saying it's a reputation, but that is on his record.
That's crazy for your rookie year.
It's pretty wild, right? So, and this is just from me observing the past couple seasons here at the station on the text line. Oilers fans love to accuse opposition of doing that essentially every time any Oiler takes a penalty, that it's always a dive. So with that in mind, a guy like Seneca, I think he could be a player that maybe draws the ire of Oilers fans by the time this series concludes. And he's been on what has maybe been the most consistent line for Anaheim a good chunk of the season. We saw Mikael Granlund have a hat trick playing alongside Beckett Seneca and Alex Killorn earlier this season. It was back in January. That's one name. And then, an obvious choice. You mentioned Gudas, Jacob Trouba, seasoned veteran, plays the game very physically. As Jackson Lacomb's partner, they're likely to draw the most matchups, I would think, against Connor McDavid and the Oilers' top line. So we'll see how it fleshes out. But those are a couple that I think might earn some hate.
Ant-Man says it's going to be like one of those Dawn ads in reverse, slathering oil all over them. Baby ducks. Terrible for the environment.
Well, I think it's going to be like duck hunt in reverse, and the ducks just go from the grass up to the sky and fly away backwards.
Away from the dog.
Woof.
There's a dog in there, I think.
Yeah, he goes out and gets them. You don't know how duck hunting works?
Well, yeah, I play the game, Duke.
No, I mean real life, Connor.
No, I don't hunt ducks. That's inhumane. I wouldn't even eat duck jerky.
Would you drown a duck in a barrel of oil?
Second tier animals.
Would you drown a duck in a barrel of oil?
Why would I do that?
Well,
am I a psycho?
Yeah.
That's what I do, like, for clicks on Instagram to get Oilers fans to like me. All right, Oilers fans, this is for you. And then I go to jail for cruelty to animals.
Animal cruelty. Whoops.
Not going to do that one. Greater Man Jay says, I think that it's going to be Trouba. I think he's going to wake up some and potentially crush some guys. He might slash them in the face and get away with it.
Maybe.
Because he's been known.
He has done that.
Cutter Gauthier, that guy's a good player. Carlson, I think just because how good he is going to be
like the
interesting.
Ducks, they're kind of a unique team because they're very skill-based, very fast, especially we're talking their forward group, right? But they're not maybe in the mold of some other teams that you associate with speed and skill. That they are not small, right? Talked about Seneca, Leo Carlson, Mason McTavish, even guys like Kreider and Killorn up front. Granlund is no shrinking violet. Like they don't seek out a ton of physical play. I wouldn't describe them as that, but they also aren't easily pushed around or bullied, I guess, maybe because of the fact they do have size throughout their forward group. And on the back end, especially, right? You mentioned Gudas, Trouba, John Carlson coming over. He's a bigger guy, along with Lacombe. And then it's kind of the back half of the Ducks defense that I think is a very big question mark for this team in the playoff series. Not only because how the way the whole team plays defense, but the fact that like defensemen 4 through 6 are kind of in a rotation and they haven't really seemed settled on who they want to deploy on a night-to-night basis.
And man says, LOL, putting baby ducks in oil barrels is my favorite pastime.
Oh,
I'm a well-adjusted member of society.
It's like I told you, psychopaths.
BJ says, hey guys, any update on Dickinson? Last I saw was from Jason Greger yesterday. This is from Jason. I was told he is highly motivated to play, took the shot off his ankle in San Jose. It will come down to pain threshold and when he can get on the ice. A return in the first round seems plausible. So we'll have to see. I guess what it is. Can you freeze it? How bad is it? Like we all saw it. It caught him where he had no protection, obviously, because he went right down the tunnel. We'll have to wait and see. 1-833-401-1440. That is the text line. You can also talk to us on the old tube at Sports 1440 AM. Also, over the weekend on Facebook, we surpassed the 10,000 mark of Facebook followers.
Pretty cool.
So, hey, 10,000 people can't be wrong. Go check us out. Text here, MTR says, I'm not even kidding. He's not even kidding, Duke. He think it could be 8-0 Oilers on Monday night.
Put your money where your mouth is.
McDavid might score 8 goals.
I'll take that bet.
8-0.
Exact score prediction, 8-0. Even odds. I'll bet you $50 to your charity of your choice.
Hey, I picked a 6-1 win last night.
That's good on you.
Hey, a weird score to go with.
I really enjoyed your gift tweet when someone gave you the shout out on Twitter and it's just the guilty across the forehead.
You know, I don't want to brag about it, but then when it is brought up by one person,
you got to recognize.
Who was it? Heavy Oil City, something like that. I believe a listener of the show, hopefully. Yes. Hey, got it right every once in a while. Kyle says, can we get this guy off the show till round 2? What if the Ducks were to win and it's round 2? Then till the Ducks are out, maybe we have to keep him off the show. Hey, Aaron says, Duke doesn't know puck. His Ducks suck.
They have not looked very good down the stretch.
No. Hey, nice win, though, over the Preds.
Needed it. I'm not an idiot. I'm not like have my blinders on here. They have, I've said it. They are not very good at playing defense. They're running gun. We know that doesn't traditionally work come playoff time. The only solace that maybe they would have is, and feel free to accuse me of, bargaining and trying to make light of it. Like, they're a very streaky team. They have been all season long. They have been on a very rough stretch in the home run of the season. Maybe they kind of find something click here. And then the X factor is the goaltender, Lucas Dostal. He's shown an ability to steal games for this team, going back several different seasons now, even when the team was much worse. But he, too, struggled down the stretch. So if that carries over, it could be a quick series, especially with the way the Oilers are playing and the way Connor Ingram's playing, which instills a lot of confidence, I think, inside that locker room and throughout the lineup. I'm excited because I think it's going to be an entertaining series. That's kind of where I would leave it.
Kenneth says, how would you make that bet? Didn't you lose all your money on McDavid getting 2 last night? Yeah, that was my bold prediction, Kenneth, but I made like 10 times that on my 6-1 bet, so don't worry about that one. Nailed the one that actually paid out a lot better. Husk says, boys, who you have going all the way in the NBA? I've got the Nuggets taking it all. Hard to argue with that. I'm going to go Thunder, but I think
I have Thunder over Knicks.
You don't get any like props for taking the Thunder to win.
Do you remember what the price is, Josh? For I think they're like plus 180 to win the NBA championship, which is absurd at a 16-team field.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like Thunder versus the field. Yeah, I would like always say the field, but the Thunder just seems so good. Got a lot of players. Get the calls.
Uno momento. I'm just looking at
We'll take a look at up there. Greater Man Jay says, Duke's new line, duck hunting. Ain't no fun when the ducks got the gun.
That's what they say. Except I think it's normally when the Rabbits got the gun.
Thunder plus 115
That's it.
To win the NBA championship?
outright. Yeah.
So you put down
Spurs,
$10.
plus
Wow.
500.
You win
115.
from $10? Is it that much?
Yeah.
Your Orlando Magic Duke plus 30,000.
Sorry, Connor. You're right. $10. You essentially just double your
Yeah,
money.
like a little over double. That's wild. But hey, let the Joker get hot. You never know what can happen.
Oh, like in the West, Nuggets, Spurs, Thunder, all viable candidates. I would definitely be more confident saying one of those teams will win as opposed to one of the East. But Celtics, Knicks, even a team like Cleveland, right? They obviously have the Raptors in the first round. There's a lot of good teams, but the Thunder, their ability, like the depth of their lineup, I think is probably where they get this decided edge against all the others.
Team Dean says the Ducks are coming, but right now they're too young, not ready for the playoff intensity. Goodis is going to do something incredibly dirty and stupid and turn it into a war. I'll take experience and old man strength in a war. Team Dean.
So it's funny you say that, Team Dean. I understand most of the Ducks' premier players are quite green. We listed out a lot of them. Carlson, Seneca, McTavish. They also have quite a bit of playoff experience throughout the lineup, too. Alex Killorn, two-time Stanley Cup champion. Chris Kreider, Jacob Trouba, Radko Gudas, Mikhail Granlund. These guys all have a lot of playoff games under their belts. Several of them playing in Stanley Cup finals before. Mentioned Killorn, of course, winning a couple of them with Tampa Bay. So I'm not trying to dismiss the fact that, the Oilers, this iteration of the team and the large collection of the roster have been to back-to-back Stanley Cup finals. That is irreplaceable experience. But they're also not going up against a team that just rolled over from the AHL, the entire roster, right? That's kind of why the vision Pat Verbeek has had of his team, the way he's built it, is insulating some of their youth and top lottery picks with veterans that still have a lot of game. Killorn, Granlund, and Kreider, they all still play in the top 6 or top 9 because they kind of blend their lines a little bit. Like they all see substantial ice time, and half their decor, John Carlson, Gudas, I didn't mention Carlson before, and Trouba, like they're your top 3. They're playing each pair respectively. So they're green, but they're not maybe as green as one may initially thinks.
Another one from Kenneth here says Oilers have played 3 playoff games in their last 7, with last 6, and they're 0-3. Playing good? ? Ducks in 6. Okay, now Kenneth, you're not wrong. You're not wrong at all. But their loss against Colorado, 2-1 in a shootout. That's a damn good team. You're down 2 of your best players. Your loss against the Kings, 1-0. Playoff team, pretty close. You lost 6-5 in Utah on the road. 6-5 to a playoff team. Pretty good again. Down some of your best players. The 5-1 loss against Vegas was not good. I'll give you that. The Ducks, going back to March 28th, have lost to a playoff team. They lost to a non-playoff 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 team. They beat a playoff team. Lost to a non-playoff team. Lost to a playoff team and beat a non-playoff team. They lost. What's worse, losing to playoff teams or non-playoff teams? So by your theory, Kenneth, I don't know how you can be so confident that it's Ducks in 6.
We have this debate every single year, and it's in the NHL, it's in the NFL, it's in the NBA. Like being hot down the stretch doesn't matter, right? Like Vegas is 7-0-1 under Tortorella. That seems pretty good and pretty inspired. What were they for the 73 games before that? Pretty pedestrian for the most part, right? Very up and down. I think if we're going off of who's the hottest team coming in, are we crowning the Ottawa Senators as the Stanley Cup champions? I don't think they win the first round. Now, Carolina and Ottawa, maybe a little bit wider gap between those two teams than, say, Anaheim and Edmonton, depending on your perspective. I'm not sure there's any clear-cut, surefire, winning teams in the first round, except for Colorado over LA.
Yeah, I would agree. I'm not discounting what Kenneth is saying, but just by the same theory of struggles against teams, The Ducks have struggled way worse. So,
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And I'm not counting the Ducks out by any means, but I'm just saying, Dallas Stars have won 5 in a row. The Caps have won 4 in a row. 8-2 in their last 10.
The Washington Capitals?
Yeah.
The team not in the playoffs?
Yeah. The St. Louis Blues also won 4 in a row. Panthers won 3. Don't let them get hot.
Dude.
We'll take another break. Well, our first break of the day. When we come back, more of your text, 1-833-401-1440. It's Fantasy Frenzy, brought to you by Wilhock Beef Jerky.
I won't shave till we bring home the cup.
I like to do a shot for every playoff goal. My jersey's not coming off until we're the city of champs again.
Want a playoff superstition that always wins? Pick up a bag of Wilhock Beef Jerky for every game. Because when it comes to the playoffs, where there's a Wilhock, there's a way.
Make every playoff game a Will Hockey game day with Wilhock Beef Jerky. Only available in Leduc. Get yours today because you don't bring home the cup with salad.
Hi, Mike here from Northgate Chevrolet Buick GMC. Would you like to be a part of history for the month of April? I'm kidding. Or as the kids say, bro, I'm joking. Would you like to help us set a record in April? Chill. Still kidding. At Northgate, we aren't trying to set any records or tell you how many vehicles we sell. And we really don't think you'd care. But what you will care about is this. Every dealer has the same costs. Trust me. GM does not have a favorite kid. You get to decide where you buy. 0% financing, a great selection, and of course, great people. Stop in and see us today. 13215 97th Street or business online at northgategm.com.
You're in Northgate country.
When my husband and I said until death do us part, I never expected to find myself at the doorstep of divorce. I was facing an uncertain financial future, expensive lawyer bills, and most importantly, I was concerned for the well-being of my kids. My spouse and I turned to Fairway Divorce Solutions for help. Fairway walked us through a step-by-step process, allowing us to develop a clear roadmap to resolve financial concerns and provide a proactive co-parenting strategy. It helped us avoid chaos and courtrooms.
For a no-cost consultation, visit fairwaydivorce.com.
At Fountain Tire, the savings come in threes. Up to 25% off select tires, a mail-in rebate of up to $100 off a set of 4 select tires, and $50 off a $150 service. We're basically the BLT of savings. Until April 25th. Restrictions apply. Book today.
Smart, connected, community-driven. Jason Greger sets the standard for sports talk in Edmonton. Join the conversation on Sports 1440. Text Greger. 833-401-1440. Sports 1440, where Edmonton talks sports.
Bashaw Concrete Products. From concrete and septic tanks to blocks, precast water pads, jersey barriers, and aggregates. Farmers, contractors, homeowners. Plan your next project at BashawConcrete.com. Family owned, over 60 years pouring. Bashaw Concrete Products. Once again, start here. BashawConcrete.com.
They're pumped for the playoffs at Selly Sports Bar and Lounge, the place to catch every hit, every goal, every Selly. Not a bad seat in the house. Tons of big screens and a menu with something for everyone from small bites to big bites. Plus, game night food and drink features and Oilers playoff watch parties. Selly Sports Bar and Lounge at all 3 Century Casino locations, Edmonton, St. Albert, and Century Mile.
Every day is game day at Century Casino.
The pedigree of a championship team is solid planning. Set yours with Fantasy Frenzy with Halley and Douglas. This is Edmonton's only sports radio station, Sports 1440.
Presented by Wilhock Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky.
$11:27. Welcome back to Fantasy Frenzy here on Sports 1440. Connor Halley, Brandon Douglas, Josh Fenwick, and Mackenzie McLennan with you here in the Sports 1440 studio. The show brought to you by Wilhock Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky online. WilhockBeefJerky.com. I did get a text in here from Neil and Nanaimo saying maybe I missed, but regarding both MVP and Norris conversations, I'm not hearing a whole lot about the PK and PP. Oilers power play should be a plus for both Connor and Evan. The PK too. I think McDavid has substantially more PK minutes than McKinnon. For sure. Not sure about Kucherov. McDavid has certainly been more effective out there. And then followed up by saying, I'd like to hear Gregor's thoughts. 2 o'clock. Gregor will be in.
You want to hear Gregor's thoughts? Tough. We have to wait till 2 o'clock. So, and I've said this, and they're valid points, Neil, about like special teams usage and where you're effective and things like that. That it's been a big piece of, I think, a lot of the support behind Evan Bouchard's Norris campaign is his penalty kill minutes, maybe compared to some other candidates, in the sense that people accuse Bouchard of not being a defensive defenseman, and then he doesn't do it. He does play a lot of penalty kill minutes. So has McDavid this year. But I kind of regress back to the notion of the Oilers don't have a good penalty kill. So how is that a plus in there? If they're playing a ton of minutes on the penalty kill, that's not a good penalty kill. Is that a plus? Is that a card in their favor in their cases? I would say it isn't. Now, I'm also of the mind that Bouchard absolutely deserves to be in the conversation. McDavid is my winner of the Hart Trophy. So I'm not trying to dog on this notion or their cases, but it's just the power play is much more something that I think benefits them, because of the Oilers have the number one power play, and those two guys are your, two of your three, depending how you want to stack them up, most important pieces of that unit.
Yeah. And I think if you take a deep dive into it, like you say, penalty kill, not the best. I think it's mostly kind of a clap back. People are like, he doesn't defend. It's like, well, he doesn't penalty kill. He does.
He absolutely
does. He does more than some of these other guys, but maybe not as good, but he does do it. This segment's for elksnation.ca, 2-weekly podcast, of course, with Eddie Steele, Declan Kruger, and articles, videos, all sorts of things. Go check it out, elksnation.ca. More text to get to here. I did want to bring up, as we kind of roll through here, just looking at the distances, because the Oilers, of course, you play the Kings for so long, you kind of get used to, what did Darnell say? Gas up the bird. A lot of travel. Corey Lavalette, who covers the Carolina Hurricanes, did the distances in miles for each of the first round series. Edmonton, Anaheim, 1,371. Tampa Bay, Montreal, just under 1,300. Then you've got Colorado, LA, 861. Dallas, Minnesota, 851. Carolina, Ottawa, just 671. Buffalo, Boston, 395. Vegas, Utah, 367. And then Pitt, Philly, 267. So
the Keystone State.
The traveling distance, quite a difference between Anaheim and the Oilers, 1,371 miles. Pittsburgh, Philly, 267. But that's kind of the perks, I suppose, of playing in the Northeast states. A lot of close games, a lot of close matchups for the Oilers. Hey, that's just the way it is when you play for Canada's West teams. Edmonton, Vancouver, Calgary, Winnipeg to a certain extent. There's going to be long travel. You kind of get used to it. That's why I think getting home ice for the Oilers, at least, to start the series, is key. One less trip up north or down south before it all gets going. But tomorrow, it'll all kick off. If you are trying to get into our Fantasy Frenzy pool, pretty easy to do so. But there are some key instructions that I really need you to follow. Talking to you, Daryl K. I won't say your full name, but Daryl K, if you're listening, please email me, Connor@sports1440.ca. I'd love to send you the link, but you sent me the $20, and in the message, you just wrote draft. I do need your email.
So he knows the memo function exists on an e-transfer. He just did not utilize it properly.
100%. So if you can send me another email, Connor@sports1440.ca. It's real easy. $20 e-transfer, Connor@sports1440.ca. Connor spelled like McDavid. Sports 1440 spelled like it sounds, .ca. And in the memo, just include your email. We said today at noon would be the end. Obviously, if you want to get in, we'll try to get you in. But tomorrow, the games do kick off, and we're going to have to put a stop point at some point, starting at 1 o'clock tomorrow. Carolina, Ottawa, followed by Minnesota, Dallas at 3:30, then Pitt, Philly at 6. So if you want to get in on it, we'll do it ASAP. Send me that money.
Connor, would you say that this process has been a factor in your Fed Up Friday?
I think so.
It got off to a bit of a rocky start.
We took Benny to the dentist today for the first time, and then I had to rush him out to his
Little
babysitter.
Kids go to the dentist?
Yeah.
All those teeth fall out anyway.
Well, you want to get him on the right track. So then I had to take him to a sitter. Then I rushed here. One of the roads I was on was an 80, and the guy was going 60.
Did you flip him the bird? Did you honk at him? Did you flash high beams at him?
I just ripped past him. And then
total road.
What else happened? Oh, tax season's stressful. So there's lots going on. But no, I don't think this, it's just life. You just, got to get through it.
So well said.
Then there's my rant.
All I know is, and we're off to a great start of it here, 30 minutes into this show, that over the course of this first round playoff series, my life is about to be, well, depending on what kind of approach I want to take, either really miserable. And I'm not even talking about what happens on the ice, just being surrounded by Oilers fans on this text line, a lot of my friends.
Like you could probably say in the building.
In the building. And once I'll just go back. So if anybody's texting thinking you'll get under my skin or like rile me up, especially if the Ducks lose, like you won't. You're
not saying they won't win. You're saying they won't rattle you.
Yeah.
You can't rattle this cage.
And it's more so the fact that, yeah, this is the team that I grew up cheering for. We've been on this job 2.5 years now, give or take. The fandom part of it kind of does start to seep away a little bit. I still keep extra tabs on them. I watch most of the games. I'll just say, like, compared to my experience with a lot of Oilers fans in this city, I don't live and die with every play, with every game. I'm sorry. If that makes me a bad fan of the sport, so be it. But I'm more a fan of the sport now than I would say of an individual team. So that's just my 2 cents.
All I hear is blah, blah, blah. Signed Lance, not me.
All right, Lance. I noticed how MTR did not accept my bet proposal.
What if we change the parameters of the bet? Not 8-0, but like a 6-goal spread.
No, 8-0. He said it with such confidence.
Dr. Will and Gibbons said 2 years old when a good parent takes kids to the dentist. Yeah, this was just like a pre.
Well, Dr. Will would know, he's a dentist.
This is just like a pre-visit. Benny's like 1.5 years coming up.
So you brush Benny's teeth.
Yeah.
He can't do it himself.
No, you're right.
Do you floss his teeth? Do you have to floss his teeth?
We're going to start.
Okay.
Yeah, it was recommended.
Did you give him mouthwash?
No.
Benny, don't swallow this.
Don't swallow this. You put the toothbrush in his mouth. He's just like, and he's just sucking it all off. I'm like, buddy, let me brush first. Tastes good, apparently. Mild strawberry is the flavor. Yeah. People, what's the backstory, Duke IMAX is? Love the movie, certain player, Pronger. He just loved ducks growing up. And when they were mighty,
I don't know if you know this, Connor, but the Canadian mallard is the only waterfowl that bites its father's head off on the way out of the womb.
No, I didn't know that.
That cannot possibly be true. And it is, and that's a line from Community when Pierce's character's dad dies. But I digress. No, it was in 2003 when they went to the Cup final. I was like just getting into watching hockey. Buddy of mine was a huge Red Wings fan. That's who they played in the first round.
You're being a troll?
I was essentially being a troll at what I would have been 7 years old, 8 years old. They went all the way to the final. It was great. And J.S. Shigera was unbelievable. Became my favorite player. Scott Niedermayer came along a couple of years later. He became my favorite player. I got to watch a Cup win in 2007. It was awesome.
So bandwagon.
10 years of them being very competitive. Not winning again, unfortunately. But now we're hopefully restarting that cycle.
Bandwagon.
I suppose you could say that. But I've stuck with it.
Yeah, of course.
I think the true bandwagon nature is you hop on and then off again when it suits you.
Yeah. You can say your origin story was bandwagon.
That's
I've never done it.
But is it considered bandwagon when they're expected to lose in every series they play?
Well, if they lost, maybe you weren't a fan. Maybe you're like, I'm going to cheer for the Avalanche. Joe Sakic.
They lost to Minnesota that year.
I'm going to cheer for Marion Gaborik and the Wild.
And then the Wild, who beat the Avalanche, scored 1 goal against the Ducks in a 4-game sweep.
Ooh, pretty good defending.
J.S. Shigera, who's unreal.
He was MVP in the losing effort.
Shout out Connor.
Yeah, they have that in common. That hit on Paul Correa, too.
Oh, my God. Still gives me chills watching
that. Me too. I'm like,
highlight.
Oh, am I a Ducks fan? I mean, I was probably more, I would say this, I'm more of a Mighty Ducks, the movie fan than you are.
Yeah, 100%. I think those movies are terrible.
Well, and that's why we have questions of what your taste in cinema.
And I'd never actually seen them before I did not grow up watching those movies. Even though they came out during my childhood.
Too busy farming.
Exactly. So I didn't see a TV until I was already a man.
In case you did miss, the Houston Texans agreeing to terms with All-Pro edge Will Anderson. How about this? 3 years, $150 million, 134 guaranteed, making him the highest non-paid quarterback ever. That's just going to go up. every single year with the next edge rusher to get their deal. But
it's just like the world we live in the NFL. And I think NBA is different because they actually like the top players, their terms are preset, right? With the super maxes and stuff. But in the NFL, every new contract is new highest paid quarterback, newest paid non-quarterback, newest highest paid receiver, on and on and on. The money, the flow will never stop as far as we can tell for the National Football League. And as a result, the contracts are just going to get wilder and wilder.
That's why you pay your guys quick. Because if you wait, even a couple of months can cost you a couple $1 million. Pay them quick. 1-833-401-1440. Lots of text here.
Connor, great news. I think Darren has texted in. You say it was Darren or Daryl?
Daryl.
Well, we have a Darren who also says he
check your
email
junk bin, because I sent you another one this morning, Darren, so it should be there. Are we picking the series winner, or what's the rules for this pool?
No, it's players.
It's players. Yeah.
Box pool.
Box pool. Similar to what we did in the regular season, just more strategy because not every team's going to play the 2 games. You got to kind of load up on teams that you think are the winner. How could a youth in Edmonton cheer for the Ducks? They went from the greatest unis of all time to the blandest, poorest unis of all time. Well, he was not raised in Edmonton.
I'm not from Edmonton.
He's from Delburn.
Which, if you're not familiar, is about straight east of Red Deer, which essentially growing up, it's split. Half the people I know are Oilers fans, half them are Flames fans, including people inside my own family. So I had no allegiance either direction. I didn't have a favorite team when I first started watching hockey.
You were a hockey orphan.
I just love the game, a true hockey fan. Even at just 7, 8 years old. Really inspiring when you think about it. Now look at me.
They said you could never do it, and now you're here.
They told me it couldn't be done.
Lots of text rolling in here. Rainer says, I saw they called up Pickard, wondering if they're up to something. Well, I mean, let's take a poll in the room and then on the text line. Who are you more confident in? Raise your hand. It's between Tristan Jarry or Calvin Pickard. Hand up for Tristan Jarry. For those who can't see, 0 hands it up. How about Calvin Pickard? 4 arms went up.
And even one step further, Connor, it's the playoffs. Every team calls up a handful of players. Usually, sometimes it differs when your minor league team is still vying for something, but like they're called Black Aces. They exist on every playoff roster, however long since this was allowed. Like there's no limit on your roster size in the playoffs. So you can carry as many guys you want. You want to have another goalie on hand. Cal Pickard is the obvious choice. Will he back up in these games? I think that is still to be determined, whether it'll be him or Tristan Jarry actually on the bench while Connor Ingram starts. The other will be in the press box. But it's obvious. If you weren't expecting this to happen, then I'm sorry to sound a little rude. I think you had your head in the sand. This was the most easily predictable thing that could exist. The only thing that maybe gives people, because they deemed it on emergency basis, which seems a little odd, but to me, it's still just a Black Ace recall. If something else comes out that's not true, hey, right hand up.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to see it, especially with the Condors season, depending on if it ends before or after.
Yeah, like
it is interesting though, because I mean, if you are the Condors, like, did you want him to get some playing time? Maybe not.
And because we had someone else text in earlier about the fact that Connor Unger was recalled to Bakersfield. It's like, well, yeah, this is expect in very short order the corresponding move that Cal Pickard has been recalled to Edmonton, which is exactly what happened. Condors need 2 goalies. The Oilers need 3 goalies for their respective playoffs here. And in the case of Bakersfield, maybe they need 3 goalies too. Whatever. So
it is like kind of a log jam in the Oilers minor system.
And if Bakersfield loses out before Edmonton does, I would fully expect to see Ike Howard, Quinn Hudson, Connor Clattenburg, like whomever, some of the more veteran guys,
as well,
James Hamblin, right? I expect them to come aboard and start rolling with the team on the Black Ace crew.
Do you know what the stats were for Unger in his 12 games with the Condors?
They were good.
9-2-1 with a 9.26 save percentage and a 2.40 goals against average. Good call. I'd roll with them. We'll take another break here. When we come back, more of your text, 1-833-401-1440. It's Fantasy Frenzy, brought to you by Wilhock Beef Jerky.
App, triple the action. Play Alberta is proof that good things do come in threes. Whether you're into playing any of our exciting casino games, betting on your favorite professional sports teams from around the world, or buying into Canada's biggest lotteries, Play Alberta is the province's only app to do it all. Download today and discover a new way to play. Must be 18 plus to play. If you gamble, use your game sense.
Japa Machinery Group knows that XCMG may not roll off the tongue, but Japa's team will help keep your construction jobs rolling on time and on budget with heavy equipment sales and rentals. Visit japamachinery.com to find out more.
At GS Construction, we're multitaskers. We've got lots of projects going on all around Edmonton and area. Different teams across the city working towards the same outcome. Installing today what will serve generations to come. It's a rewarding career and the work never stops. That's why GS Construction is always on the lookout for great people to join us. Right now, we're looking for experienced topmen, pipe layers, operators, and surveyors. So if you want to feel valued, empowered, and engaged in your work, visit gsconstruction.ca today.
Craving your favorite mouth-watering pizzas? Papa John's has large specialty pizzas for only $19.99 for a limited time. Get a flavorful all the meats, the works, ultimate pepperoni, Hawaiian, barbecue chicken, and more on original thin or New York style crust. Use the code LSPEC at papajohns.ca or on the Papa John's app. Get yours today. Better ingredients, better pizza. Papa John's.
Silent Rides is one of Alberta's premier specialty charter companies. With our luxury motor coaches, we provide our customers with the safest and most reliable ground transportation services. Our seatbelt equipped, top-of-the-line motor coaches have become the preferred carrier for many local sports teams, tours, corporate outings, and other various travel needs across Western Canada. For more information and to request a quote, contact sales at 877-748-0991 or visit silentrides.ca.
Hi, I'm Colin Livingston, president of Cantork. We've been tightening bolts and redefining our industry for 25 years. Yes, a quarter century, and we're just getting started. Check us out at cantork.com. Our tools age better than I do.
Do you work for a company that wants to reach people who love sports? Or maybe you're looking to hire people who love sports. Sports 1440 partners with dozens of local businesses, connecting with tens of thousands of Edmonton sports fans every day. On the radio, on the listening apps, on YouTube, and on social media. Contact our sales team today to see what Sports 1440 can do for you. Email Gregor at sports1440.ca to get started.
It's playoff time, and we've got a lot to talk about. This is Andrew Walker on Edmonton Sports Leader, Sports 1440. Tune in after every Edmonton playoff game for the Legacy Heating and Cooling postgame show. Visit the experts at legacyheating.ca.
From the local rinks to homes and businesses across the province, Alberta's rural natural gas utilities are here to fuel life affordably, reliably, and safely. We're members of the Federation of Alberta Gas Co-ops, providing natural gas to keep our rural neighborhoods warm and connected every day. It's local, dependable, and it's ours. To learn more about the Federation of Alberta Gas Co-ops and our members, and how natural gas fuels your community, visit fedgas.com. Alberta's energy. Game on.
A long weekend pit stop without a Toyota Prius plug-in hybrid can be hectic. But when you get a Prius plug-in hybrid during Red Tag days, you can take advantage of an estimated combined range of up to 962 kilometers and get there with fewer stops. Take advantage of Red Tag days on now. Eligible customers can receive up to $7,500 in rebates, including a $2,500 federal rebate on select 2026 Prius plug-in hybrid models. Visit shoptoyota.ca or your local Prairie Toyota dealer today.
Get the inside scoop for your team on Fantasy Frenzy with Halley and Douglas on Sports 1440.
Presented by Will Hawk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky.
.48. Welcome back to Fantasy Frenzy here on Sports 1440. Connor Halley, Brandon Douglas, Josh Fenwick, Mackenzie McLennan with you here. Text lines 1-833-401-1440. Thank you for joining us today. Brought to you by Wilhock Beef Jerky. We have talked a little bit about our playoff pool. We should mention our regular season pool wrapped up last night. I finished 23rd. Not proud of it. Some injuries hurt me. Duke, when I look for you.
T29.
That's not bad.
That's a substantial improvement over the previous couple seasons.
Yeah, absolutely. Melanie in sales, 47th.
Oof.
Another employee, Tamara, 46th. She was in first place after one day.
I think Carius said he was like 25 or something.
Troy, our engineer, 38th. Deanocracy, 33. Yeah, we're all kind of hanging around there. I just want to see if I hit like any of our Sports 1440 people. Playbook Vic, 7th, 8th. But Randy was our big winner. So Randy.
Shout out Randy.
We had, I believe, 48 people get in on this. $20 a person. That's what, 480 minus the league fee. So Randy, we'll be sending you about $450.
Yeah, minus dock fee, minus processing fee, minus tire tax. Congratulations, Randy. You have won $38.
Yeah, and you have to come pick it up. No, we'll e-transfer you.
It's a cashier's check.
There's a fee for the league, which we deduct from the pool winner rather than the charity donation that we made. So Randy, yeah, we'll I think we have your email here. I'll send you the money after the show. And if I don't, well, you know where I work. You can come track me down.
You know how to get a hold of them.
Get that money. No, we'll send it. Carius stinks. What's new from MTR?
Well, he beat me. I think. At least he claimed to.
He was 20th, yeah.
Yeah. So he beat you too.
He beat me by 4 points. Dang my roster. They failed me. Once, and actually, I think, Randy, you're going to be getting in on the playoff pool, I would assume, as well. Got a couple emails here for you. Maybe we can even just... No. Let's keep the money.
Let's keep it easy.
Let's keep it fluid. I don't want to get into anything. We'll mess it up. Coming up next year on Sports 1440, it's a Lowdown Flow Tide.
Mm-hmm.
Friday edition of the show. Of course, Declan Kruger will be by, and then they'll have Steve Lansky on the program.
It's true. And declinations today, according to Declan's show tweet, top 5 Hart and NBA MVP ballots.
Oh, he's releasing our ballots.
I'm proud of my ballot.
You know,
no issues with it.
It's going to go out on social media. And here's the thing. Everyone's top 3 is probably going to be the same.
Just in different orders.
100%.
Maybe.
And I, if you told me McDavid, McKinnon, Kucherov,
any of them won the Hart,
you're good.
How do you, it's tough to argue against.
Argue.
They all have a case with different. I know Gregor went over some of the numbers to support each specific one yesterday on the show. I caught that clip and it's very well put together. And there's tons of factors that go into it. So yeah, I'm with you, Connor. I think any one of them absolutely can win the award.
My number 4. Now, that's...
You and I had a very similar thought process.
Yeah.
Unplanned between the two of us.
Because 1 through 3, whoever you pick, I understand. I'm not going to argue. Our 5th one, I think we both were like, didn't make the playoffs, but Malcolm Celebrini, he had such a good year. He should be in there.
See, he was actually my 5th.
He was my 5th, yeah.
Oh,
at 5.
Okay. Sorry.
But at 4, who did you go with?
I had Jason Robertson.
Because there's a bunch of names going around. Honestly, who cares? It's 3 finalists, right? So I was kind of like just giving someone some recognition. I put in Cole Caulfield. He had the most game-winning goals this year. Scored 50. The hardest thing to do is score goals in the NHL, I hear. So, I mean, he wasn't even the leading point getter on his team. Like, you could probably make an argument that Nick Suzuki was more valuable than he was. But at the same time, it doesn't matter. It's like the points and whose line is it anyways. Just throwing his name out there, give him some love. I really like that he changed his number too and then had all this success scoring goals to honor Johnny Gaudreau.
Mm-hmm.
Randy says first and last. That's pretty good. We had some issues, I think, with Randy's team. One of his teams.
Oh,
so one team had 0 points. His other team won it.
That is pretty good, Randy.
Pretty funny.
First and last.
Well done. Well done. Then on the Jason Gregor show today, lots to get to. Obviously, we'll have our usuals, Button, Low Tide, Spec, but we're also going to be joined by Matthew Barnaby, former NHLer.
The Barnacle.
Yeah, tough guy.
Talk some Sabres.
Well, yeah.
NHL.
And a local charity. event.
Oh,
as
right
well.
on.
Also, Reg McLennan's going to join us. Talk some wheelchair basketball. He's in the Alberta Sports Hall of Fame as a builder of the game. This weekend at the Saville Center, we've got the Canadian Wheelchair Basketball Finals. So that's going to be awesome. You can head down there, watch 22 teams of elite athletes from across Canada. They'll compete for the national championship hosted by Wheelchair Sports Alberta, and then probably talk some raps as well.
Connor, really quickly, as the music's playing to wrap up here for the week. It's been another dandy. Predictions, just a winner for each series. First round, since they're going to get underway tomorrow. Colorado, LA.
Colorado.
Same. Dallas, Minnesota.
Ooh, Dallas.
Same. Vegas, Utah.
Utah.
Same.
Dang.
Out east, Buffalo, Boston.
Buffalo.
Same. Tampa, Montreal.
My MVP candidate, Montreal.
Different. Carolina, Ottawa.
Ottawa.
Different. Pittsburgh, Philly. Keystone State battle.
Go Pitt.
Same.
All right.
Same.
Awesome. Lock
and then
it in.
obviously, I think we both think the Oilers are going to win.
We're taking it. Thanks for joining us. Up next, Low Tide right now, Sports 1440 update with Mackenzie McLennan, brought to you by Wilhauk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky online, wilhaukbeefjerky.com, only available in Leduc.
This is a Sports 1440 update.
No games in the NHL tonight as round one of the playoffs start tomorrow. The Oilers have recalled goaltender Calvin Pickard from the Bakersfield Condors on an emergency basis, and the Vancouver Canucks have fired general manager Patrick Alvin after finishing the season last in the NHL. In the NBA, the play-in tournament continues. Orlando hosts the Hornets tip-off at 5:30, Golden State and Phoenix straight after at 8. 15 games in the MLB. Jays are in Arizona starting their series against the Diamondbacks. First pitch at 7:40. You can catch the live feed on the AM dial. Elsewhere, Cubbies host the Mets' first pitch in about 20 minutes or so. The Orioles are in Cleveland. The Braves take on Philly. The Rays meet the Pirates, Tigers look to keep rolling in Boston. Rangers and Mariners have the nightcap. One game in the PWHL as Montreal hosts the Fleet. Puck drop at 5. Second round of BCHL playoffs start tonight. Crusaders are in Brooks. Puck drop at 7. Next on Sports 1440, the Lowdown with Low Tide, Declan Kruger and Josh Fenwick. I'm Mackenzie McLennan, and this has been a Sports 1440 update.
This is Sports 1440. Stingray